Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I know I've been kinda absent from the channel and I haven't posted any videos in a hot minute, let's be honest. But today I'm here to bring you a long overdue video that I've been wanting to do for many years, which is a K-pop updated CD collection. The other one I did was it was 6 years ago, 2015, and I had 20 CDs, so I think right now would be a perfect time to do a updated collection, since I have double my collection since then, and yeah. So I'll do it in random order, by the way. So let's start with my Wikimiki collection. From Wikimiki, I have 2 albums. I have Weemy, their first mini album, and I have, excuse me, I have La 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 La, or Lucky, the second mini album. I have the version Wiki, I think. Yeah, I have the Wiki version. And moving on to, yeah, let's do A-Pink next. So I have, from A-Pink, I have 3 albums. I have Un Année, which is their first full album, and their last one with Yukyung. I love this album. It's so pretty. I love the packaging so much. And then I have Secret Garden, their third mini album. And last but not least, I have their 4th mini, Pink Blossom, which was the follow-up from Secret Garden. Let's do Astra next. Why not? So from Astra, I have 3 albums. I have their first mini, Spring Up. I have their second mini, Summer Vibes, which is very thick, and I love that. And last but not least, from Astra, I have their 3rd mini album. I got the orange version, Autumn Story. And I don't know why, but my album, you can see it's orange, though the spine turned yellow. You can clearly see the difference. I don't know why that happened. Spring Up is yellow. It looks almost identical. Actually, some Autumn Story even looks like a paler yellow. I don't know why that happened, to be completely honest. It's weird. So, moving on, let's do Girls' Generation, aka the Queens of K-pop. And I have 2 Soyeonda or Girls' Generation albums. I have Hoot, their 3rd mini album. I completely love this spy concept. It was so cool back then. It's very thin though, but iconic either way. And I love this back. So cute. So cute. And the other Girls' Generation album I have is The Boys. Another iconic release from Girls' Generation. I mean, let's be honest, every Girls' Generation release is quite iconic. Let's just hope a comeback is coming, because I miss these queens. And this is probably the most unique packaging I have, because it's a tin can. And this is the 3rd full album, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on to Bestie, another K-pop group that I missed that should not have disbanded, because they had so much potential. And I have their 2 albums, because they only have 2 physical releases. I have their first mini album, Hot Baby. Love it, a summer bop. Still to this day. Queens. And then I have their second mini album, which is my biggest or largest K-pop album, which is Love Emotion. This album is so good. Every single track is good. The postcards, which are technically the photocard, is so good as well. This is just, I love the pastel colors. So pretty. Too bad they disbanded after, because Bestie had an amazing career. If YNB didn't screw them up. Actually, if I remember, YNB went bankrupt. I don't know if it's true or not. But they're no longer within us, so. Moving on to Dalshabad. So, from Dalshabad, I have 5 albums. Yeah, 5. So, I have their second mini, Pink Rocket, which was actually my first Dalshabad album. It's an interesting packaging, actually. Not my favorite, but it's interesting. Then I have... Oops. It's not coming. I have their third mini, Bling Bling. A retro concept from many, many years ago. And I love it so much. It's from 2011. Oh my god. I'm old. And then I have their fourth mini album, Hit You. I love Hit You. Will forever be one of my favorite Dalshabad releases. And a lot of people will agree with me, because Hit You was iconic. And then I have Dalshabad's first full album, Bang Bang. This was the first release without Vicky, but with Woohee. And I love this packaging because it's a pretty box. It opens like this. Ta-da! And that's the photo book. And the CD is under the photo book, which is very nice. And last but not least, from Dalshabad, I have their 5th mini album, Have Don't Have. Another iconic Dalshabad release that everyone loves it. A quirky concept. So cute. I don't know why they give Woohee the blonde short wig. It was weird. Kinda. Like what? Let's do AOA next. From AOA, I have 4 albums. 4. So first I have AOA's second single, Wannabe. I'm so lucky to have this album. I won on a giveaway many years ago. So lucky. Then I have their 4th single, Red Motion. This is amazing and it's iconic. It's iconic. This single is iconic. And then I have their first mini album, which is Short Hair. I remember when everyone thought everyone had cut their hair short. Everyone went insane. Especially because, let's be honest. Chanmi with short hair ain't it. But honestly, only Jimin and Yuna cut their hair short. Actually, Jimin had her hair short already. Yuna cut her hair. And then, for everyone's relief, Mina did not cut her hair. Neither did Chanmi, Seolhyun, or Haejung. Thank God. And last but not least from AOA, I have their 3rd mini album, Heart Attack, which is one of AOA's best title tracks, Heart Attack, in my opinion. And I love the lacrosse concept. It's very unique, and I loved it so much. Moving on to After School / Orange Caramel / anything that After School released that's somehow related to After School. So, from After School themselves, I have 2 albums. I have their 5th maxi single, Flashback. which is an iconic, underrated K-pop song in my opinion, in my personal opinion. It's so underrated. So underrated. Flashback. And then from After School, the other album I have is the 6th maxi single, First Love, which was actually their last release, unfortunately, because we all know that Pledis only screws girl groups. And I got Khan's cover. Pledis should not be allowed to debut girl groups, in my opinion. And then I have from the Blue Red subunits from 2011, I think. It's from 2011. I have the After School Blue album. I couldn't get the After School Red because when I bought the Blue, the Red was already out of print. But yeah, ideally I would love to get the Red, but I'm happy because my After School bias was Juyeon, and she was in blue. So at least I have that. And then, since we're still in the After School bandwagon, let's do Orange Caramel, because I have 3 Orange Caramel albums. I have Lipstick, their first full album, and this was my 2nd K-pop album of all time. My first girl group one. And this is so good. This mini album is everything. It's everything. Music and photo book. The photo book is just gorgeous, and the CD is so cute. And then moving on to Catalina, the 3rd single from Orange Caramel. Another quirky. I mean, Orange Caramel were known for their quirky concepts, so I hated this dude. This dude was weird. I felt bad when people got his photocard on the album. Thank God I didn't. Oof. And then I have the 4th single, My Copycat or Do It Like Me. I personally call it My Copycat because it's easier, and I love the Where's Waldo concept. It was so interesting and unique. And this was Orange Caramel's last release as well, so again, Pledis messing up girl groups. Let's move on to groups that I only have 1 album of each, so this will be kind of random. So first I have Newest's 3rd mini album, Sleep Talking. It's the only Newest album I own, and honestly, one of the 2 that I would like to get, because I would love to get Face, their first single, because, let's be honest, Face was very, how should I say it? If it was released now, I think Newest would have gotten big since debut. It was ahead of its time, that's what I meant to say. So I have Face, Sleep Talking. Then I have Sonamu's first mini album, Deja Vu. Another girl group that got screwed by their company. I heard TS was shut down, but we don't have any confirmation or not about that, so they're just bad. And this is another box album, which is, I love when albums come in the box because it's super unique. And then I have 4 Minutes Volume Up, their 3rd mini album. Volume Up will forever be one of my favorite 4-minute title tracks, because it was the first, it was the one that got me really into 4 Minute. I heard 4 Minute and I was following 4 Minute before Volume Up, but this was the one that got me into 4 Minute themselves. Next, I have my Only Pristin album, their debut mini album, Hi Pristin. I got the prismatic version because I liked the photo book better. I think the photo book is prettier than the elastin version, so I got this one. Another girl group that Pledis ruined. Pledis should debut only boy groups. And that's already pushing a little. Because Pledis is not a good agency, let's be honest. Then I have Gugudan's first mini album, or Act 1, The Little Mermaid. Another girl group that their company screwed them up, sadly. I loved Gugudan, and their concept was very unique, because they took films and stories, concepts. I loved that. It was so unique. Now moving on to my only Twice album, which is their debut mini album, The Story Begins. Hopefully I'll get my hands on some Twice albums. I mean, there's not a very many that I want, so... And then I have SHINee's The Misconceptions of You. Now this bad boy is my first K-pop album ever. And it's coming apart, sadly, because it's so old. This will forever have a special place in my heart, because it was the first one of my 40 albums. Actually, I have 41. So this bad boy will forever have a special place. And last but not least, from the albums, I only have one of each group. It's Kara's Day and Night. Their first release with Youngji. This album is a masterpiece. Kara wore queens, honestly. This album is so pretty. So pretty. The photo book. The songs are so good as well. So good. And last but not least, to finish my video, let's end this video in a great note with my ultimate K-pop girl group that disbanded as well. I miss them so much. It's Hello Venus, of course. If you know me, you know that I love Hello Venus. I loved Hello Venus since debut until their disbandment. Since day one until their disbandment. So, if there's one person that loves Hello Venus, it's me. So I have all their discography. So I have the six releases. They're physical releases because they have 2 digital singles, I think. So I have their first mini album, Venus, which was my 3rd K-pop album I ever bought. I actually bought the 3 minis, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the same time, so. Then I have the 2nd mini album, What Are You Doing Today? I love this photo book so much. I love the comic book concept. It's so pretty. And then I have their 3rd mini album. And the last one with Yuara and Yunja, because Pledis, again, is poo. It's a piece of poo. And they destroyed what Hello Venus could have been a big girl group. I do believe so. If Pledis didn't do what they did, Hello Venus would have gotten big. Then I have their 4th single album, Sticky Sticky. The first one with Soyoung and Yorum, and the first one as a full Fantasia group. I'm gonna be honest. Fantasia tried. They did try, but then once Astro debuted, they kind of gave up on Hello Venus, in my opinion. Which is sad. And then when Wikimiki debuted, they gave up even more on Hello Venus, and they just let them disband. And now look at Nara. Nara's a huge actress now. And Alice is now doing acting and music in another company, and then the other 4 are still in Fantasia. Doing acting. And I think Yorum is doing like some kind of YouTubing. She's doing vlogs on the Fantasia channel. Then I have, let's move on. I have the Hello Venus 5th mini album, I'm Ill. Every Hello Cupid will agree that I'm Ill era had the best hairstyles ever on Hello Venus. Like, remember how iconic Yu Young's hair, pink was, and Lime's blue hair. A lot of people didn't like Yoram's blonde hair with the multicolor highlights. I loved it, actually. And last but not least, to finish the video, I have Hello Venus' 6th mini album and their last mini album. Damn you, Fantasia. Mystery of Venus. This concept was everything. The spy concept, like I said on the Hoot, Girls' Generation's Hoot mini album, I love the spy concept. It's so good. More groups should do that, in my opinion. I have a little dent on my album, but it came that way. These trench coats, I love them so much. And this was the last Hello Venus release we got. Because then, Fantasia literally said, screw you. Anyway, so I have 41 K-pop albums now. And yeah, that's my updated 2021 CD collection update. So 6 years later, and I doubled my collection since then. So tell me in the comments below if you have any K-pop CDs. So how many do you have? And what was your first K-pop album that you ever bought? And like the video, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. After this one, I'll probably post the Photocard collection update, because since I did it as well 6 years ago, might as well just do an updated, because I also have more Photocards. So until next time, bye.